Hello, boys and girls. Hope you're having a good weekend. I am back with Call of War Day 21. South America is still holding out. So let's go through it. I have made a minor incursion into Mexico or Central America. I grabbed Belize, lost an infantry because I wanted to get a parachute drop up here. So I kind of wasted that, and I lost an armored car here for grabbing it. But if it's a blueprint, to me it's worth it. Also, it was resources though, but that's quite a lot of resources, probably more than the armored car and the infantry that I lost was worth. Now I'm trying to evacuate, running back. I'm gonna lose an airport that I built here. So resource-wise, maybe it equals out. I don't know. But I wanted that paradrop. Also, it's disturbing Mexico, and I hope to eliminate his. You see, he's taken some damage on his super heavy King Tiger level 3 heavy tank. They are very hard to kill. That is a low priority situation problem that I have to take care of. How to deal with Mexico's. He is building a lot of tank factories, according to my spy reports. So my guess is that he wants to. He's gonna keep on building tanks, heavy tanks, and because my dive bombers, Stukas, actually they're called attack bombers, are low level. They're not really good at taking out these heavy tanks. So what other options do I have? Well, I have cruisers that are quite efficient, but I don't have any in good health nearby built up to date. So it is a solution, but it's an expensive and far away in time solution. Cruisers, upgrading attack bombers, yes, that is a possible solution, but they're very slow to research. One day, next level, one day 6 hours. That's how I wondered what level did Germany have. I kind of forgotten. Was it level 4? I think he golded up. I don't know. Anyway, that is also a high research effort solution to a kind of minor problem, so I don't want to do it. Another option is artillery, which, as we discussed before, is very good against heavy armor and ships, not that as good versus soft targets. I think that is the solution I'm going with, because I have a slow but steady, high level 5 artillery unit available. For some reason I decided to go very high in artillery. Well, now it's gonna pay off with its 12 attack versus heavy armor. So I think building up a little artillery park in the northwest corner of South America is my solution to it. The only thing is that though is if he gets to them in close combat, they have no protection. Anti-tank units, I have level 1. It's not very good. It's only 5.8, and again, research time. 8 hours, could I do that? Yeah, I could, but it's 8 hours of something else that I probably do. So, it's not a big problem. He doesn't have that many tanks left, but they are very heavy hitting. He's gonna build a lot more, and I don't really have a good solution. That is why I don't feel like, landing and taking the war to him. So, basically, I need to defend. I was hoping also Texas declared war on me, because who doesn't want to help the biggest gold spammer in the world win the map? That's what you want to do if you're Texas. Um, but I am taking the islands here. I don't think he can even keep up with my very few level 2 destroyers. That is enough minuscule naval dominance that I need to dominate the Mexican Gulf, and potentially also the coast of the Pacific. So what forces do I have here? I have 5 uh, damaged submarines. Do I even need them? Well, I guess they can stay over here and repair, you know, just to keep Mexico honest. But really, even though they're at half health, I should probably keep them over here. And but you know, I can move them over. What would it take to move them over here? 5, 6 hours. Yeah, they're really fast. So let's keep them here for now, repairing more or less. Uh, I could, yeah, yeah. So it's a low effort, low resource, commando skirmishing back and forth. As long as he doesn't invade me. Remember, he lost 50 land units in trying to invade me. So unfortunately, I cannot take all this UC territory from him to build up my resource base. That's obviously what I would want to do, but I don't have the strength to do it right now. Hmm. So, you know, heavy tanks, not that useless. They can take a lot of air attacks. And my tactical bombers, even the most modern ones that are level 3, they only have 2.9 versus heavy armor. And they're not good. So okay, but what I've got coming here now is my 13 attack bombers that are quite damaged from liberating San Cristobal of 8 heavy tanks. Yeah, naval bombing, etc., etc. But they have, alright, you can't tell there, sorry. I'm going kind of into depth of how to handle heavy armor. So 6.2, level 1. So it's very cheap to research, they're very cheap to build. Yeah, okay, not rare material wise, 1200, but an upkeep is okay. So it's not a good solution, but maybe actually building a bit more of attack bombers could be an ad hoc. They're not going to be useful versus Germany ever, because as far as I've seen, he doesn't have any armored units. But yeah, if I had more goods, I could spam out even more. But they cost 600 goods and they cost 600 fuel, and that is resources I don't have. Goods and oil are at, you know, I don't have any stockpiles. I have stockpiles of rare, which is the higher cost, but I need to conserve goods and oil. So I really have to think about, do I want to build more useless level 1 dive bombers? It might seem like a very good solution. Also, they're short range, and with me losing San Jose, if he keeps out of Panama range, yeah, I hope he's gonna get really close there, and then I'm gonna blast him with whatever I got. I actually don't know. What is the upkeep? I need to check this. 27 fuel and oil and 54 rares. Okay, let's compare that with, for example, a tactical bomber of level 3. You see, okay, these are almost twice as expensive upkeep wise. Right? And how about a level 5 or actually level 6 fighter now that I'm gonna build? Just 50, 50, 75. Oh, they're not that expensive in upkeep. Are tactical bombers that they are very expensive in upkeep. No, 40, 40, 80. Okay. And naval bombers level 4 that I'm using, 35, 35. They're quite cheap. They're economical, I'd say, especially for the sub and ship attack that they have. So, ooh, yeah, I like these upkeep values, 35, 35, 52. I don't care about money and manpower, but goods, oil is very scarce in South America. Rare materials, not so much for now. Alright, so I could probably afford to build even more naval bombers, and that is not against Mexico, but against Germany. How many do I have in total? 25. I could have more, Let's not talk Mexico and the Americas anymore. Let's talk New Zealand very briefly. My little landing force here is getting ready to land. I've wasted the garrison, New Zealand garrisons here, so I'm just gonna split off everyone here. One infantry, 7 old tanks, 6 old motorized. These are crap forces that I'm not saying I want to lose them, but I'm saying that I can maybe take out New Zealand. Unfortunately, Iraq, that has had like 100 units outside Australia here, got tired of the game and it went inactive. Is it 24 hours or 48 hours? I think if you don't log in for 48 hours, you're out, because this is free for all. I don't think that's a general rule. I don't know. Anyways, he's inactive, so I can trade with him. His unit's never gonna come back to beat Germany. Another victory for Germany diplomatically. I saw Japan. He's basically at war with everyone, Kazakhstan, and like every nation around here. He's not at war with Germany, but how did Germany get these provinces? I don't know. So Japan, and he hates me, thinks I'm a traitor or something. Not that I care that much, because also tech-wise, Japan has like very low tech. So even if, he probably would almost be more of a liability versus Germany. Yeah, he couldn't help me. Okay, so Germany doesn't have any enemies. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so I spotted level 3 battleships. So Germany has upgraded his battleships to level 3. That's scary because of if they reach the coast, they have very good shore bombardment. But on the other hand, they're not. If I have level 6 submarines, they go melt like butter. So he has to get. They're dangerous versus my few cruisers, of course, but I have much higher speed. They're not that great versus my naval bombers. Battleships, not my main concern. But for Illinois, I saw how many? 6 German battleships up here. It's gonna be dangerous when they sit along the shore uncontested. Otherwise, I don't know what's passing by here, but it's a lot. So he's heading out. I imagine he's built a lot of ships down here, and maybe that's because it's closer down to me, or he's gonna head up to Illinois. I don't know where that fleet is going. If I send up scouting submarines here, they might get sunk from a huge level of German submarines. So, and I can't waste any naval invasion defense forces at all. I'm just buffing up here. So, oh, Libya has taken out Malta. I think that was independent until recently. So, yeah, Libya is still alive. Obviously, with 23 units, they should be very happy to be alive. And Germany has offered them to help them to kind of keep them like a puppet, which is rather smart because they will gain much more resources from their core territories than Germany ever will. So as long as Spain and Libya are puppets of Germany, it's actually quite smart to leave them alone. Although I got a response from Spain, and he was like, "Oh, what happened?" Well, I don't know what happened. Anyway, Libya and Spain, they're never gonna help me versus Germany, and potentially they can help Germany. So again, Gabon, I think, decided to attack Ethiopia, which was really stupid, and now they're losing. And he doesn't. None of these nations really communicates. They write one-line messages like, "Oh, what's up?" So obviously, Gabon is 12 units left. They're dead. But Illinois first said that, "Hey, Ethiopia is gonna attack you along with Germany." I'm like, "Oh no, shit! My army here is in danger." But then he realized, no, my spies caught up that it was Libya that Germany offered to help. But I mean, obviously Germany is gonna say to Ethiopia, "You need to kill South America, because everyone should work with me." And everyone is like, "Yeah, sure. Let's make the gold spammer win the map. Let's take out. Everyone should attack South America." All right. So these guys, they're in a lot of trouble. They are a refugee army, and I don't trust Ethiopia because he cut off. You know, obviously he has. Who is he at war with? Only Gabon. But so it gives me a little bit of time that now Ethiopia is taking out Gabon. Then Germany is going to say, listen, I'm going to kill you unless you kill South America. Ethiopia is going to say, okay, I don't want to get killed by you, which I can understand Ethiopia. They could never put up a fight versus Germany, never ever. So it would be suicide to go against them now. If they had cooperated fully, been active, and you know, when you know he it would give him a no, he couldn't take Africa. He couldn't take Africa. If Germany hadn't spammed so much gold, I could have defended here, and Ethiopia could have taken the rest. We could have made an alliance and maybe fought Germany, but it's not gonna happen now. So what am I gonna do with this army here? Well, if I was being stream sniped and it mattered, I probably shouldn't talk about it. But since I'm not being stream sniped, and since this is going up on YouTube a couple of days after, and it's probably not going to be relevant at all, I'm just going to tell you that I have a few different options as far as I can. I could just take a chance and evacuate them back to South America, which would be really nice. They could help in take out Mexico, because these are good troops for taking out Mexico. I could betray Ethiopia and take territory down here, but that only is gonna go to Germany. So that doesn't. I could take Madagascar and try to defend it, but if Germany wants to take it, he could. So it's a short-term solution. I was hoping I'd rather work with Ethiopia, but he's not. He's not. Look at all the messages I sent. He's not even answering. He attacked me. That is the level of communication. He attacked me. But um, so I am blind to Ethiopia's intentions. Maybe he's just blundering around, but I really suspect he's like, I don't like these forces here. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna make an alliance with Germany and survive. Whew. Okay, so here's another one that I realized when Iraq went inactive. That opens up Australia for me, and potentially here. That is definitely the safest if I could land there, because I could probably compete a bit with Germany long distance on the oceans. I have good submarines. So what are you gonna do about that? Yeah, these guys lack anti-air from German 235 dive bombers. There I go, attack bombers. Don't name them attack bombers. Name them dive bombers for heaven's Pete's sake. Anyways, can you see these little level 3? That's not great or anything, but you know, 14.4 axis airplane defense. It's better than nothing, definitely. Okay. These guys are heading down to the coast. I think I eliminated Mexican 8 tack bombers, so maybe he's not going to build that many new tack bombers. I haven't seen them at least for a while. So do I need anti-air units over here? Probably not. I can probably do this with mobile fighter forces. So yeah, even these I'm gonna send my anti-air to defend versus potential carrier-based German dive bomber attackers. Also, there's maybe I can smuggle, raid, long-term reinforce this army with anti-air and make them more viable to defend themselves down here at last time. Do you want to reinforce failure? Are you stupid? I mean, if I escort these with all these shitty level 2 destroyers, 1 submarine, maybe I could afford very soon one more. Okay, in 3 minutes, my best port for level 4 naval base. Maybe I should build a new carrier, use it down here, and put 6 naval bombers. Remember, I have so many naval bombers, and I can build even more. maybe I could actually have a small escort fleet that allows me to kind of avoid any potential German raiding submarines. Okay, Gabon is scouting here for me. Maybe I can get some anti-air over here. Maybe I can get some escort capability. Maybe Germany is not actually down here worrying about this army and what I'm doing in the southern Atlantic. Maybe he's worrying more going out here. He's actually at war with Illinois and me. Maybe the central and northern Atlantic is his area operations. Maybe I could actually evacuate this army and get it back to South America, or make a grab for Australia, since Iraq doesn't want it any longer. Interesting, right? I felt that that was worth 20 minutes of your time just listening to that rant. So we have a weak, low effort, kind of long term solution. So I'm kind of glad I choose to pump out all these level 2 very fast to build destroyers. So they cost food, I don't care. They cost manpower, I really don't care. They cost metal, I can afford it. Sure, they cost 28 oil per day. That is, I think I'm getting a lot of. They're not strong. They're only 10 versus submarines. They're definitely not gonna fight any German level 3 battleships. They're not gonna do shore bombardment very well. But they could 2.9 air. They're not gonna sit next to the coast and take German dive bomber attacks. Could they fight through and escort a random screen of level 5 German submarines? Yes, if they're not if he's not focusing a lot of submarines. And remember, I sunk 11 German submarines. Even if he has 50 of them or 100, 11, I don't know. I don't know, and I'm not gonna pay 10. I'm really tempted to pay 10,000 gold. Why can't I get that option up? Do I? Okay, if I see, this is really weird. I haven't done any of these actions, but now they're grayed out and I can't do them. Dispatch a spy. Next action. I don't understand. But anyway, I could pay 9,450 gold, and I definitely could afford it. I have 150,000 sitting in the bank. And maybe this is the game where I want to do this, because I could know every German troop deployment. The question is, when do I want to do it? I wouldn't want to do it now. If I want to do it, is when I am deciding what to do with this army. Wait, the hell happened there? Right. It's definitely a magic, overpowered investment of gold, but it's such a huge advantage to know every German force. I would know their total number, I would know their disposition, where they're on the map, I would know, I guess, the tech level of each unit category. It's just okay. So let's ask ourselves, how much real world money is 10,000 gold? It's actually 4.5 euros. It's about $4, I guess, something. So you just pay 4.5 euros, and you know everything in the game. And the game company is like, "Hey, pay to win." That's how we designed this game. Yeah, he did it. He admitted in communication that Spain gave me, that Germany actually did it with me. That's why he knew exactly what he was gonna blitz with me with in Africa, and he took out, as I said, 40-50 units by doing that. He just had that information, and he just knew my weaknesses. My forces here were very well in a composition to take out the AI nations here. I mean, I'd kill, I don't know, 100 AI units. You don't, without any losses, barely, very few. So I think I did the right thing, except that I couldn't imagine Germany would spend, and he had the right forces, 135 dive bombers. Let's not go through that again. But anyway, I'm probably gonna let these navies sail out here. I'm probably gonna decide what to do here and here. I can set up my dispositions a little bit, and then boom, I might ask Germany, like, can you give me every single unit on the map so I know, and then I can make my decision what to do. Yeah. Are we landing? Yeah, we're landing here, aren't we? So that's, I think they increased the time from 4 hours to 4.5 hours. Tell me please in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyway, submarine. Yeah, okay. Here's the level 4. Let's hedge our bets and push out a level 3 carrier in 7 hours. It's what's the bottleneck here? It's only 920 fuel. That is the bottleneck. Yeah, that's fine. Right? And Buenos Aires is gonna be the name of it, of course. It's a good name. I don't, I don't know if New Zealand has a large navy. I only have 3 cruisers down here, so I hope he doesn't have destroyers. No, sorry, battleships or submarines. If he doesn't, I'm gonna be fine. As long as I get my land army of 14 units into Auckland, I guess I'm okay. Whatever happens. All right. So let's, I'm grabbing all these islands here. I'm actually gonna scout these. I am, if his tanks are down here being nuked by air power, what's he got up here? Why aren't you scouting better? Tell me what's in here. Obviously, I'm spying for the capital here. It's funny. I don't think there... Oh, now it's not grayed out. So I could just pop this. How weird is that? That was grayed out. No. Okay, I see. You have to mark the target nation. Obviously, okay. When I have my cursor indicating my home country... Okay. I thought you first click this and then choose nation. It's the other way around. Pick Germany and pay. Alright. Okay. Anyway... I don't think there is like... Okay, I could reveal local armies for 2,000 gold. I could do that. But what I want to do is I want to use intelligence. Spies on intelligence missions gather information about enemies' diplomatic and economical activities. So doesn't tell me any military units where there are. I think it does though. In another game, I got a little bit of information regarding units. Then we have economic sabotage. It damages resource production and morale. So this is what Germany's been doing in my core province towns. Military sabotage interferes with military plans and infrastructure. What is military plans? I guess military constructions, like if I'm building a unit. So yeah, getting morale down in the capital turns out to be quite efficient. I think my entire morale of every single province is suffering because my morale is low in my capital. So maybe I should move. Wait, yeah, that is okay. So I'm gonna move my capital to I think Sinop or Formosa here, which would be the most. Yeah. Okay, this. So instead of keeping this 50 morale capital. Okay, let's see here. Morale says distance to capital, yes. Neighbors, yes. Expansion, which I think is how many provinces you have in general. But it doesn't say that if your capital has low morale, all of your provinces suffers. I mean, most of my nations here have 96 provinces have very high, from the distance to the capital. They're all 98, 96, in the high 90s. And then it gets a little bit lower over here, 90, 88. and at the edge of my empire, 84. It's 10 distance to capital, neighbors, expansion. So it makes sense that it is only the distance to the capital, not the morale of the actual capital province. So, okay, I don't have to move the... And he's not been banging up... I think he's been banging up Formosa, because it's lower than it should be, 86. Sinop has managed to withstand spies. But these are huge resource production. So he's done a good job at lowering my resource production. So I don't think garrisons helps. They help with what is called revolt risk, but I don't have any revolt risk. So keeping garrisons doesn't help. It's only the propaganda office. But I'm gonna get them up in all these provinces. It's just that goods is my bottleneck. I don't have goods enough to spam as many propaganda offices as I would like. So should I put out propaganda offices to gain morale, to gain resource production, or should I build factories in goods provinces, or spend money on buying goods for 6.2 and build more goods production? It's the hen and the egg, a movement 22 problem that I have here. Anyway, I am aware of the morale situation, and I have a lot more defending spies now. I'm hoping to clear out German spies and kind of get my house in order. I wasn't aware of this. I wasn't keeping attention at all. I was just invading Africa, happy-go-lucky, and Germany hit me hard. He knows how to play, definitely. That blitz, that spy attack, that ruthless 10 submarine blitz attack down here. You know, he hurt me where it hurt. He's using a huge amount of gold and skillful play. That is such a devastating combination. And now, but he's on 1800 points. Well, I think the map is gonna be over. He only needs 2,700 points. So only 900 points more, and he could take that easily. He could just take Ethiopia, you know. I think he's gonna milk this map because he invested so much real-world money. I mean, considering 10,000 gold costs 5 euros, how much money did he invest? I'm just gonna let him win. That would be the best, sweetest revenge. Try to survive, get my 900 victory points, do my best. I'm not gonna take the fight to him, because it never would work. I'm just gonna defend and let him win. So here we go. Illinois is kind of my semi-ally. The best revenge on Germany would be to let him win. Considering how much real world money he spent, I am sure he will milk this map to have fun with a quick win. He would lose the gold. Alright, so yeah, that is the best revenge versus Germany. You know, he's not gonna win this map as fast as he could. He's gonna milk it and have fun with his gold army. So fighting Germany is not the best option. Not losing to Germany is the best revenge. Not helping Ethiopia. If he wants to take out Ethiopia and gain that 700, you know, do I want to reveal? The problem is that no one cares. No one cares. Mexico doesn't consider the word global situation. He's busy with like, oh, I want some land in South America. And Illinois is fighting for its life. I think he understands and realizes and he's a good fighter, but there's no way he can defend. So if you want to take out and take Illinois and then it's game over, yeah, I don't want Germany to establish himself in the Americas because long term, if I could get all of North America, I would be more powerful. That's a big if. Oh, submarines level 6. I have maxed out submarines. Now I am going to build as many high-end 36 ship attack, 15 submarine attack, 115 hit points, speed 109. And remember, they are hidden as long as they're not. Does he have naval bombers or destroyers with level 6? I very much doubt it. I think though if I run past Germany's lower tier submarines, there will be a battle there. But honestly, shouldn't they just be able to pass by Germany's level 4 or level 5 submarines if they don't end up in the same location? So like if he has a screen of submarines, should I be able to pass it? There is a very small possibility that Germany has played a lot, I'm sure he has, but hasn't found their blueprints, so he can't match this, or even destroyers, or with a low level player, it might be possible to have, no wait, yeah, let's see, naval bombers, alright, yeah, everyone can get level 6 naval bombers and level 6 fighters, so you can always scout the best submarines in the game with air units, even if you're a beginner and don't have the top tier. So okay, that's well designed in the game. But anyway, this is my best option. So obviously I saved up a lot of goods. Just joking. I had to spend it on all these different bottlenecks, must-do projects. Only 2,000. But why don't we? What I have tried to do is set up a lot of level 3 naval shipyards, so I invested a bit of that in infrastructure. They're quite expensive. So now we have Buenos Aires. How much does it cost? Oh my god, I'm a genius. They don't cost goods. They only cost food, which I have lots of. I have quite a lot of metal. I don't have a lot of oil, but remember in the beginning I increased my oil production up to 60,000. So I'm gaining a lot of oil, which means yeah, I will be able to build submarines. A lot. They take about 30 day and a half, so 38 hours in a level 3. So every 30 okay. Enough statistics. Am I gonna build a level 4 naval base? 1600 goods, 4000 oil, 8,000 money? Most likely not. Why would I build? This is this is very expensive, a naval base 4. Very expensive. Although it would oh, and all you get is 13% more production time. Maybe you need it for top tier battleships or carriers. I don't quite see 13% build time. Okay, what is it? How much is it to upgrade from level 2? From 1 to 2? I'm learning the game since the huge update. Okay, 2,400. Okay, 5,000. That's expensive as well. But wow, wait. On level 1, you get no build time reduction? Are you serious? I didn't realize a naval base 1 does not decrease build time reduction. Oh, here I am building lots of level 1 destroyers, thinking like, ooh, I'm such a fast producer because I... So you need to get them up to level 2, and that's a 50 time build time. Okay, so level 2 naval base is the sweet spot. I could actually just upgrade a lot of level 2 and get 50% reduction. Alright, so all these level 3 ones are not... Yeah, okay. Wait, This is gonna be a long one. It doesn't. Oh, when I go from level 2 up to 3 that I've invested a lot of resources into now, it it why don't I have a level 2 base that I can upgrade? Because I invested them all, so I can't examine that. That's stupid. All right. What I can do though is I can grab a level 2, can't I? Yeah, current level, right. So it goes from 50 to 58. I only gain, oh, should I break this off? All these resources, okay, I made a mistake here, a really big mistake. All these resources into upgrading, it only gives me 8%. Is there a level requirement? I don't understand. Why would you increase shipyards? If I have level 6 battleships, all you need is level naval bases level 1. Okay, you learned something new. That was a waste of upgrade. But anyway, level 2 naval bases, that's what you go for. 50% reduction. Then it's a minuscule. Well, aren't I glad I investigated that live on in the stream. All right, if you're learning the game, you know this now. So I guess I should start producing submarines. Shoot, I am so much considering breaking these off. One day, 14 hours. So this would be our... Wait. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. The math doesn't work here. 38 hours there. And then... This is 48, 58. I mean, that is not 8% difference in build time. This is weird. This is... The math doesn't work out because... Okay. One day, 14 hours. It's a huge difference to 2 days and 15 hours. That is 23 hours. That is no way 8% on top of 50%, which is what the naval shipyard gives. So, all right, just looking at the production times, it tells me that it is worthwhile going up to level 3. Definitely. That is, I would estimate a 40% production time reduction. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna keep these, and these will be my submarine shipyard. You know, I think that's another thing I need to check out. And I think if you're like halfway up to constructing a level 3 shipyard, it would give you half of the increase in production time. At least I think that's how Land Force used to work, but maybe you have to hit the full development upgrade level of the building. For hello viewer, who are you? How are you today? Hope you're good. So what we could do if we were a bit more attentive to stuff in the is like, will this 2 days 15 hours, will it go down as the upgrade of the shipyard progresses? Well, 2 days 15 and 90 minutes. So if that decreases a lot more than what time does, it is the building shipyard that is helping. But I think maybe you have to fully upgrade. But anyway, oh, okay, so now we're out of money and now we're out of fuel. But when we get new fuel and when we get new money, we will build new submarines here. And I guess these level 1 shipyards, they don't give any production build reduction time. So I have to think really hard if can I afford more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shipyards spurning out. That's the word, right? Spurning. Spurning out when you mass produce. Chewing out. All right. Building a lot of 10 submarines per build cycle. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough. I don't think my resource production can withstand more than that. But that's nice, isn't it? 10 level 6 submarines per 36-hour cycle. That is not something to sneeze at for little South America's minuscule economy. It's better than nothing, definitely. Okay, and okay, my first anti-tank just built. Why did I do that? I mean, we're back again to building level 1 units, which cost, okay, they don't cost any metal, but they cost a lot of goods. And goods, remember, is something I don't have to waste. So I just realized that 5.8 defending hard heavy armor defense, land-based, slow, vulnerable to bombardment. No, I think dive bombers is a better investment. But I will be through. Okay, actually, let's compare this with my current infantry. I'm fairly certain that just my level 5 infantry is a better investment. It doesn't say how much it costs to build, but let's say it's about the same. Infantry level 5, defense better 6.9. It's about the same, but oh, and it has the same upkeep cost, but it costs a lot more food, more manpower. So yeah, but for a lot more versatility and just a little bit more upkeep, the cost 830 goods. So is our anti-tanks really cheap to build at low levels? No, they cost the same goods, which is what I don't want them to do. So yeah, my experiment of building one made me examine the comparison between my other potential heavy armor defensive units, and I realized that level 1 anti-tank units is not the best one. So let's just, this is a rather unique, my one anti-tank. So let's put it in Medellin, where I gather all my unique museum, paratrooper. I did a little bit of, you know, like, ooh, let's do level 1. I think it's only 30 minutes, so who cares? But the next one would be 8 hours. The next one would be 12 hours. So for, you know, 18 hours. So like 20 hours research would give me, okay, now we're talking 12.6. But since, as we discussed at the beginning of the stream, heavy armor, it's a challenge, but it can be defeated by other means. I am not going to invest resource time and no research time in anti-tank. As far as I know, it would be useless against any German invasion. I don't think he has any heavy armor. Not that I have seen. Maybe he does, but so no anti-tank cannons, guns. Not what I'm gonna. Oh, I need to research. Shoot! Oh, I can't build submarines. Oh shoot. Sorry. Oh. Why? Why? Do I need submarines or do I need research? I definitely need. Oh my god! I need research so much. I have to break off production. I don't need these artillery pieces. I don't need them. I can't afford them. I think I get all the resources back. So should we examine that? They cost 2,400 goods as well and takes 5 days to produce. Am I crazy what I'm doing? So let's see, do I get 2,400 minus 2% back? Can you help me do math? Oh my god, I need a calculator for that. So we got 26 plus 2,400. That is okay. So if I break off this, I should end up at, yep, I do think that makes sense that you get all the resources back minus the amount of percent you built. There is not like a 10 or 20% punishment or fee for breaking off production. So yeah, instead of artillery, which is, I cannot afford artillery level 5. It's too expensive for South America. But I can keep my submarines. I could actually... Okay, let's start. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invest 8 hours into transport ships. It goes from 44 speed to 56. That's a very large amount. That's a good increase for 8 hours. I need 750 oil though, and just gonna buy 400 oil. There we go. And yeah, in 8 hours we have faster transport ships. So yeah, you know, obviously this army and any troops here is gonna be quicker wherever I wanna go, and any you know reinforcing pirates skirmishing convoys go faster. That's good. Will I do level 3 another 12 hours to get it up to 68? You know, I could never run away from submarines, and that is the main issue. I could never run away from air units. Obviously, I could run away from Germany's level. Sorry, his level 3 battleships, because I think they are 67. And I am 68. So yeah, I could run away for 12 hours. I could run away from battleships. I am a little bit confused with the speed values from my New Zealand campaign, because allies actually, as a doctrine for their nation, for their faction, has a speed modifier or malus reduction, a speed reduction. Yeah, hi viewer. Okay. Don't chat with me then, if you don't want to. This is gonna be a really long one, South America. I was gonna abandon this when I realized how much Germany... I was so frustrated and upset with Germany's gold spamming. But, as I said, I've given up on this map, but I will put in an effort to do my best to protest. Like, this is Germany's communications with me. We'll repeat that. If you've seen it before, you need to be reminded. Why are you escaping? That's him sending in 135 dive bombers day 18 of the campaign. Which means, hello, I spent 50 euros on buying digital pixels, and now I'm gonna gloat about it. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't prepared to that. I can't fight that. I'm running away because that's my only option, or stand and die. So, are you feeling proud of yourself about gloating? You know, you should not, of course, obviously be annoyed with idiots on the internet. But it got a little bit to me. I will be honest with you, dear viewers. It got a little bit to me. It got me a little bit. It annoyed me a tiny bit. Took a deep breath, snuggled a bit with my fluffy cats, got back into the game again, and decided to, you know what? I have a tendency as a game player to be easily discouraged, and I need to work on that. That is a personal weakness I have. You know, Churchill is one of my idols. Maybe my only idol, because why? He had his faults, but he never gave up. He had that bulldog mentality. You remember how the United Kingdom had the bulldog as their like icon? The British Empire is the bulldog. They never give up. I don't have that. I am rather skilled, and I'm used to. I'm a bit spoiled that I can outmaneuver and outplay my opponents, and I like winning, and I'm a care bear. I like to have like my forces increasing. And a setback when Germany outsmarts me, and I have a setback, and I lose 40 units, and I lose a chunk of empire, I need to work on taking stock of the situation. Wow, I did not invest 100 euros or $100 into this map of this game, but I invested a lot of time. I'm streaming. I'm actually having kind of a good time. I have gold. I have gold that I don't need to buy more gold. I will never use this gold. I'm just hoarding it like a stupid online internet streaming gold dragon. Why? Why is my mindset so weird? I mean, is Germany the perfect kind of player you want to use a reasonable amount of gold to throw some what's the expression again? You know, to mess a little bit. I guess if I did invest the gold and he just overran me without any opposition, it would not be useful. But now, when I at least changed my investment strategy from building up my industry to a defensive military build-up, I have a viable invasion defense. I think Germany, depending on what he's got, if he just decides to do his very best, maybe invest 50, 100 euros more, he could probably punch through, get 55 motorized units and just spread out and take me out, and it's game over. He wins the map, he gets the mental satisfaction, but at least I have a fighting chance to actually make that into a disaster. I will give it a almost 50-50 chance. Okay, be honest now. No, I think honestly I've been surprised before. He had 135 dive bombers. You know, let's say he has 40 high-tech cruisers with immense anti-air. Then my naval bombers that I invested the most in are helpless. And he just escorts his 50 motorized with the 40 cruisers. And he puts them on the coast and he lands. I can't do anything about it. I can't really I don't have naval forces against it. He can protect, even if I manage to build, say, 10 more submarines, that's not gonna be enough. He can easily protect that with his current submarines, okay? So I can't stop him. So he can get to the coast. And then he has 55 motorized. I have some tactical bombers that could put the hurt on them. They're good against soft targets, remember? But they're low tech, they're not very good, and all he's gonna do is land and build with gold, or, you know, he doesn't even have to use gold. He's gonna build up 1 or 2 air bases, and the same way he's gonna transport his 25 or more rocket fighters. I have so far, I think, 9 rocket fighters. That's not enough to stand up against 25 of Germany's, and, you know, 4 or 5 days later, even more. So, to be honest, after analyzing it, Germany, if he wants to, because of his ego and the EP, he could easily win by taking out these nations up here. He could backstab Kazakhstan. Well, he shouldn't do that, but I don't know if he has diplomacy with Ethiopia, but he could. Illinois is weak. So he basically decides, am I gonna get my points from Illinois, from Ethiopia, or from South America? South America is the most annoying to me. My ego. My guess would be that, well, why can't you scout these? I would want to know what's on here. Ah, Libya, move up here. You're being so mean to me. Anyway, you can see it's a shitload of naval forces heading that way. Basically everything. I should have submarines trying to mess with him, but obviously what I got is 10, 65%, 60% strength. You know, these escaped from Africa, but I do feel this is his, you know, I don't think he has, yeah, we're gonna move these northwards, why not? Just put them under cover of the NATO gun here. I don't have enough to stop these, depending on what he's got. I hope if he has battleships and destroyers, it's another thing. If he doesn't have the cruisers with the anti-air, I have a standing chance. And that's a big if, because remember, Germany had quite low tech level. I was at 7% and Germany only at 5%. Even Japan, no, even Illinois was above Germany in tech, which is weird. He hasn't invested a lot of gold, or even he hasn't even. I haven't invested gold, and I'm at 7%. So that's if you use your, he hasn't even used his tech as much as he could without paying money or gold. Weird. So let's hope he only has battleships, submarines. If that is tech units, yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to get through my naval bomber. Sorry for a very long analysis, but I'm thinking aloud to myself. Obviously, this is not something I have really thought through and analyzed. So I'm talking aloud, but I am just figuring many of these things out as we speak. Right. Why am I scouting with destroyers that might get it? I think Austin might have air forces. No. This is not what you want to do. You want to escort these guys over to San Juan, and what I could do is, well, this little submarine force. Can I afford to keep? I can't. I need to move these over here to the. Oh, these could escort to San Juan, I guess. I mean, as far as I'm aware, naval units just repair on the sea. You don't need. I mean, I don't know if they have to stand still, but I don't think so. They just repair a certain percentage every day. Does it say here? 57. Okay, I am at 57% strength, state-based damage efficiency, and because I am on low strength, I get a 66% lower combat stat. Isn't that weird? Jesus, sorry about this. This is not. If I click the status icon here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, the damage potential of the submarines is at. No, oh, it's the stat. It's not a percentage. So I am at 100% efficiency fighting because I'm below 10 units. Yes. But 12. No, 20. Okay, I don't. Anyways, it seems that the damage output of the unit corresponds to its strength, and its current strength now is 57%. So it means I do 50%, 57% damage. But what is 66% state-based damage efficiency? What is that? State-based damage efficiency. I get 66% out of something. Okay, I'm gonna check a full strength submarine. A full strength submarine is at 92 hit points, which is 100%, yes. And now you have a 100% damage output. That makes perfect sense, right? And obviously my damage potential is at 100%, but that doesn't matter. That's only with overstacking. So that is not. Alright, so my conclusion here is that, okay, we're gonna do one more examination or gathering of game stats before we draw our conclusion, right? So we take our other damage stack and we examine it, and it has a higher condition. It is actually at 69% according to the game stats. So okay, so I don't have to estimate what 637 hit points of 920 max is. But it makes sense, right? 70%. If you between the thumb and the little finger, do you say that? No, that's a Swedish expression. Saying, right? But my conclusion is that it's not. You don't fight with 69% efficiency because of your 69% hit point amount. You actually fight a little bit better. I mean, it would make perfect sense that you do 69% damage when you're at 69% health. But all I can tell is that you make slightly more damage than your hit percentage is. So maybe that is because if you're at 1%, maybe you make 2% damage. And it's like a sliding scale that says that even very low health units do an unproportional amount of damage, because otherwise low strength units would be extremely useless. Let's do a sample of that. I think this might be my lowest health unit in the game. The capital defense of Goias. Right, you see 30%, and it has 41st. That makes sense then, that even at 30%, which is very low health, I actually do a 44% damage output. So, well, okay, I'm pointing here, but what I'm saying is that the lower your health goes, the more damage output, damage efficiency you get as a kind of low health bonus, making low health units. I mean, they're obviously a lot less efficient, but they're not totally useless. Okay, that is not something that I was aware of, not having read the patch notes or anything in the game. Okay, but that is interesting to know. For example, my 10 cruisers now, they are at, well, can you check the stack? Not when you have different techs, you can't. Damage potential, damage efficiency. To be honest, I haven't read these texts. I'm just, I understand. Below 10 units max efficiency. So let's check our 8 level 3 cruisers here. They fight at 63% efficiency, even though they're only half health. Which is 20%. At 50%, you're at 20% more damage efficiency or combat efficiency than you actually should be, kind of, if it was a flat rate of hit points to damage output. And that is good to know. So let's say I have 50% hit point units and I'm in a crisis situation. You're like, oh, Germany is overwhelming me. Am I gonna use these 50% units that I desperately need? No, they only do 50% damage. No, they actually do like 60%. So long rant about a new stat that I discovered and examined in the game. But I decided to just make this a very long stream. It's Sunday, nothing to do except play computer games, which is very nice. Right. So we learned a lot. I think I'm gonna put this in the title. Long one, lots of game feature discussions, discoveries, and so it will be more of a tutorial and how-to examination instead of a short overview. I could actually do a 5-minute overview and warn people don't watch this in case you only want to know what's going on in the campaign. I think I'll do that right after this one for the benefit of future YouTube viewers. Alright, so that doesn't really mean anything to me except that you know that my cruiser fleet is at half health. It's not even upgraded. My submarine fleets, the big ones, are at half health. And they could be upgraded as well now. But only one level, so hardly something I can afford to do at the moment. Which means my navy, which is quite small, is at half health. and it's sitting behind a thin screen of naval bombers. So my naval bombers, it's what, hello Germany if you're watching, my naval bombers, it's what's keeping me alive. If you want to take me out, feel free to research and build some cruisers. If you haven't already though, in a couple of days when you have, I will have a counter to that as well. I'm not gonna tell you what because I don't know, but I I I see a potential weakness of my mediocre defense enabled shore invasion. I see a weakness, and I'm going to counter it with time. I just don't have the resources right now because I'm not a gold spammer. You see, my friend, my dear gold spamming friend in Germany, gloating as you are. Right. I wonder if we should finish this off now, round it off with that huge amount of ranting and discussing and talking. I think we should. I don't feel like I have anything to say. I kind of covered everything here now. So, defensive posture versus Texas and Mexico. Yeah, I have a slight hope that Illinois will talk some sense into these guys, but no, it's not gonna happen, of course. But I try my best to say like, oh, it's such a shame they're not resisting the evil gold spammer, because that's what you should do in this game, according to me. I mean, if he hadn't been gloating, I would have more respect because he's actually using his army very well. Makes him a more dangerous opponent. You know, he knows how to play, and I don't understand why he feels he needs such a huge gold build-up. I'm thinking maybe he did not spend that much gold after all. Maybe he's just very focused and very... Maybe he's done a production like, I'm gonna build motorized dive bombers and rocket fighters, and that's all I'm gonna focus on, and I build up my industry and I build up my armed forces, and basically what I saw was all he had. Maybe he didn't even invest money, resources into research, and that's why he's low, and he just used them to build these forces, and maybe he did not spend gold. Oh, I find it very unlikely, but I would be vain if I didn't, take that option into consideration. Oh, I off screen, off camera, I'll try to do some calculations. Like, I doubt you can build 135 dive bombers of level 5 until day 18. But if you can, that is a scary, what you call it, blitz? Is that what it's called in real-time strategy game? No, burst. Well, you know what I mean. It's like you have a strategy that works very well. You focus single-mindedly on just like do this, and this, and then you have maximum efficiency. And if you don't have a counter for it, you're basically screwed. In competitive real-time strategy games like Age of Kings, Age of Wonders, and Warcraft, Warcraft in space. That is how you do it, right? Isn't it? To win the world championship. I don't kind of play this game exactly like that. I just try to have a bit of fun. That's usually enough. Okay, so we considered also the aspect of gold spamming. I'll put this into different brackets in my short review that I'm gonna do right now, so people don't have to watch an hour and 15 minutes unless they really want to. Oh, it's getting very dark here. Oh, there we go. Bit of light. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You have to bear with me. If you don't want to watch a long one, watch the short summary. By now it's too late. I hope you have a great end of the weekend and a good week that's coming up. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.